Hey, my name is Keisha Saunders. I am here to talk about a subject that has been put off for so long. Please subscribe and like and comment. I'm looking to grow my channel. So, like I said, this video is overdue. When I say it's overdue, child. So, I may be rambling on a little bit. I got my notes here. The reason why, I can't get my camera right. The reason why I left Salon, was almost about to say the name. The reason why I left a salon suite. Now, there's pros and cons, and that's anything in life, right? So the real reason why I left a salon suite because I didn't like the fact of certain restrictions that were given. And I get it. That's any company or ever, however you want to run your business, right? Rules are rules. The main thing that was a turn off that there is no cap. So usually I would do a 2-year lease, so I will be locked into that rent, right? Some people do a year, but I prefer to do 2 years because I know I'm not going to go anywhere in the time being. But however, I had to change some things, okay? So with that being said, I didn't like the fact that there was no cap, so that never made me feel anxious. I don't mind being committed for a long period of time because, again, like I wasn't planning on going anywhere. But with that being said, I wanted to have my extra body or have a class, so that was going to be another extra charge to have somebody else subleasing in your studio. So then also it's a weekly thing. So if you are slow in this time of the year, a lot of us stylists or barbers or cosmetologists are fairly slow in the summer times because people go on vacation or whatever is going on in their personal life, right? So there's a numerous of things, and then I get to be home with my family and stuff like that. So I'm currently have a home salon, and I pretty much have it set up just like I had the salon suite. It's on the first level of my home, and I pretty much have a station, my styling station, with a styling chair, of course. I have a shampoo unit, and I have 2 hood dryers. And I have a little bit of a waiting area, but I will tell you the investment, I do love it because, it's here at home. It's a good tax write-off. Not saying when you rent a studio, it's not a good tax write-off. I just feel like it's more reasonable for me to be home than rather paying somebody else for the same square footage I can do at home. Now, these are the ones that if you are a hairstylist, if you're a hairstylist or cosmetologist, if you don't have the space in your home or can't utilize a space or wherever that you reside or use a friend or whatever have you, then a salon suite would be ideal for you. So for me, I really had to channel in and figure out what was the best move for me. Like, would this be ideal or would it not be? So I kind of like went back and forth with it to see what would be the best thing for me to do. And I was like, it's a win-win because you can't go wrong working out of your house, even though there's overhead. But even though when I got my utility bills, it wasn't like crazy or anything like that. I had an awesome plumber who did a fantastic job. He was very consistent. He great with communicating. I will put all his information in the description. I had a flooring come in and rip up the carpet. Let me tell you about that whole scenario. But had a wonderful company come out and rip up the carpet and put down. I picked out the floor, and I will tell you where I got the floor from. I don't recall of the color, whatever, but they have like different colors that you can choose from too as far as the floor. The floor is waterproof. So let me tell you about me. Once my mind is made up, my mind is made up, y'all. Like, I was going to rip up the carpet. I have watched many YouTube videos like, oh, okay, so all I need is this and all I need is that type of tool. Seems easy, right? I was going to go to Home Depot and I was going to go to Lowe's and figure out where and how I was going to get these tools and go down there and start cutting and ripping and banging and all this other stuff. But my family, they saved me, y'all. They saved me. Because they was like, no, just hire some people and be doggone with it. Okay, just be done. Don't try to hurt yourself. And I said, okay, you know what, it is what it is. You know, sometimes it's best just to pay professionals to do the job. You know what I'm saying? So it took them to rip up the carpet and put down the floor. I don't have a big space downstairs. It's probably a 9 by 12, 10 by 12, something like that. I can't remember the square footage. But it took them literally maybe 4 hours to complete the job. They did a very fantastic job. I will also put their information down in the description bar. As far as like my equipment, like my hood dryers, my styling chair, my styling station, and my shampoo unit, it was all looking on OfferUp, Marketplace. I ordered one hood dryer. When I tell you, the people who I met it with him, oh, and my steamer, I bought my steamer from a esthetician. So I got that off of Marketplace, if I can remember. And my station came from Amazon, because you know I'm an Amazon queen. So in other words, all in great investment. I'm glad that I made it. Sometimes I'm like, I kind of miss being in a public atmosphere, but regardless, clients will come and go. And it all depends on who is your right fit, okay? Who is your right fit? But yeah, enough on that. If you guys have any questions, if you're a new cosmetologist and you're wondering how the salon works, salon suite, works, or how is it you working out of your home, okay? So I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. I was gonna do this video live, but I figured I don't know, I may hit the live button. I'm not afraid to go live. I know people say it's a little different going live on YouTube. I guess every platform is different and vice versa, from Instagram, Facebook, and now YouTube is my new baby. I just want to kind of see how this works for me, and I feel like God has called me to come on here and share my story. So as far as if you are a new upcoming person to build your clientele, and still if you are seasoned like myself, there is no ending of advertising yourself. You're always, I mean, now with the digital world, it's always content. So you constantly have to find something that is your niche. Or you can be like all over the place like me, child, because that's just me. My mind be, I have like all these different things that float through my mind, because I'm always constantly brainstorming, kind of figuring out what works and what does not work, or just, you know, hey, you tried it and that's all that you can do. And that's the best thing I can ever tell you. It's like, at least you tried, because you'll never know until you try it, you know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. I wanted to talk about as far as building your clientele. Now, I know a lot of us are using online scheduling. I do have older clients that prefer to talk to me directly on the phone, or if they're in person, to reschedule their appointments. I really prefer, I go back and forth. Sometimes it's good to go old school and you're initially talking to the person, especially if they're new. But a lot of times I prefer my clients to go online and schedule or reschedule or cancel or whatever the case may be, because everything is descriptive on my website. I know everybody has questions and concerns, and that I'm rather more. But as far as building your clientele, it's such a catch-22, because I'm in the DMV area, and it is a high level of military family. So you know, a lot of times you'll have a client for that period of time, or you know, it is what it is. People tend to travel more. Hi, my name is Keisha. Would love to travel more. I know I'm goofy and I'm a little quirky, and it's kind of like out of the blue. But you know, you're gonna gain some, you're gonna lose some. You're gonna have some clients that have been with you for quite some time, and then sometimes people just kind of they just disappear. What I have done, I have corresponded out to ones that I have not spoke to in quite some time. And sometimes you just don't know, because life happens. You don't know what has happened to that client. But I know initially, if I reach out to that that person I provided services for, I reach out to them because it makes me feel like, okay, I've done my part. And if you don't hear back from them, it's kind of like, oh, okay. I use Square Up. I definitely love that platform because there's so many different things that you can do on Square. I've only used maybe 50% of it because I only use it for my online scheduling, excuse me, and then I do like my marketing emails. There's other things I may use personally on there too that could be good for you, but it's a whole open world out there. It all depends on how far you want to go into this business. As far as me now being home and it's just me solo, of course, there's no true other interactions with other stylists or barbers or cosmetologists, I should say. So it's just me. So I constantly have to kind of figure out what are the new trends, but at the same time, what type of clientele do I have? So as you can see in my shorts, that I have more natural clients. That was not the ideal to go be just a natural hairstylist. I guess because I know how to maintain natural hair, and I feel like natural hair is, very non-complex for me. So a lot of people have recommended natural clients to me, but I am a hairstylist or a beautician, that's old school. So as a hairstylist, I'm just not subject as a natural hairstylist. I also do relaxed hair. I do color, trims, cuts, other nature of styling the hair to maintain it, but I'm just not in that one bubble. I don't like being being inside of a bubble. I don't want to put myself in a box or categorize myself as just one thing. I'm more open-minded, very mindful person. So just being a natural hairstylist, I mean, it's not a dig for anybody to just focus on natural hair, but I'm just not a all natural hairstylist. But look at me, I'm so clumsy. I want to do this so bad, but that's just not etiquette right now. So I'm kind of like leaning to the side because I'm sitting in my computer chair. But let's see. One thing first, as a professional hairstylist, I don't really care to use outside of the salon products that I use on my clients because I'm not sure, how long you have had the product, that type of deal. So I just say, no, thank you. And there are ways that you can build boundaries in this business, and you have to build boundaries. And another thing, if you want to go into this business, you better have tough skin. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm human. I have feelings, but I have learned over the period of time, not all money is good money. And if you feel like a customer or client has got a line, and there's a time that you have to pull them to the side and let them know they're making you feel uncomfortable as far as subjects or body language or what they say to you, as far as building boundaries. When they want to reach out to you on the phone. Now, there are some clients that are your friends, but still have them understand that you are still your own individual, and then everybody has value to life. Okay, it's very, very important. Your time is very valuable. Yes, I have experienced all kinds of clients. I have experienced all kinds of clients. And still to this day, I will let somebody know that I'm not their hairstylist for them. And sometimes I have to refer them to other people because I just can't provide the service for them, or no longer can provide the service for them. And there's nothing, again, building boundaries. And that's just in life, all in general, but building boundaries in your business is very, very important, so you can have some time to yourself, regain and rejoice is very, very important. I have been in a situation where I have worked from before the sun even came, and to sundown. I have worked around the whole entire, roughly almost 24 hours. I've done it. I used to work every day. I'm talking about from Sunday to Sunday. Okay, Sunday to Sunday. This business has great money in it. Now, I'm kind of speaking more of my experience before COVID and somewhat after COVID. And then especially after having my son. My son is 4 years old. So that has really changed my aspect of being a hairstylist and working that around the clock hours. And your body will let you know. It will let you know real quick. You ain't young no more. Even if you ain't young, it's a wear and tear. Just be ready for your back to hurt. Carpal tunnel, okay? Just a lot. You be overworking your brain. So you gotta make sure this is what you want to have. There's no benefits, so you have to get your own benefits, child. If you are too income home, I always feel like I say that wrong. If you have somebody else that can help you in the slow times or help you provide, that's even better. But when you're just doing it by yourself, it makes it a little challenging, and it all depends on where you live too as well. So in the DMV area, it is extremely expensive. But to my understanding, me just kind of like searching around, a lot of places are highly expensive. I mean, that's just where we at. So you just got to figure out your value when you stand behind that chair, or I'm sorry, as a cosmetologist, you know, when you're providing a service for your customers or your clients, you want to make sure that you are valuing yourself to your price that you want to charge your clients. And there's nothing wrong if you want to charge a high price, because what are you providing in that service to make that client come back and make them feel wanted and as well as being needed. Sometimes as a hairstylist, a lot of people just want an ear. You know, they just want an ear. I didn't know I was gonna be a therapist, so I really need to make a section on the website. I be teasing about, but deep down inside, I'm being for real. Cause there's be sometimes I just be like, wow, that's a lot. But don't. I should put a section and be like, I'm a therapist now. Everybody need therapy, but sometimes it can throw me off a little bit. Sometimes you will have new clients that are going to fish. When I say fishing, they go from one stylist to the other stylist, or they just put out one big send out text messages, emails, any way of corresponding and see who takes the first bite. Sometimes they'll just come to you because you have a discount. Hey, I can't knock it because I look for discounts too, but however, this is our livelihood. I think a lot of people don't understand how this whole formula works as a hairstylist. It's a whole different thing. Generally when I do get a new client, sometimes people do text me because I will get referrals. So I like to talk to them on the phone so I can hear exactly, I'm listening to what they're looking for. Then I want to follow through with a consultation. Consultation is very, very, very important. When I tell you consultation is so important, even if you have a client that's been coming to you for a period of time and say like they want to do something completely different, not as far as drastic and be drastic, it can be like a haircut, it can be as small as to a trim, especially if they want to get color. I highly recommend doing consultations, or even for an extension service, or sometimes it's just best to have this sit down and talk through so I can listen to what you are actually saying, and then I can give my feedback. A lot of times my answers are no, because I don't want to put your hair in any more strain that it's already going through. Especially if you're saying, oh, my hair is shedding, or my hair is not holding a certain style, what should I do? And then I have to tell them we're going to do the basics. And the basics are doing a moisturizing shampoo, all depend on the buildup in your scalp or your hair because of what you've been doing to it, or applying too much heat, or getting too many extension services or styles, I should say. So, or you're just not following the steps that you were supposed to be getting when you went to a previous stylist. That I don't know. Like I tell people, I can't really justify what has taken before me. I don't have magic. And a lot of times, if you want something that's realistic, I'm gonna have to let you know it's not gonna happen overnight. Hair doesn't grow overnight. It takes time, because on what you put into your body is what your body's going to give out. And if you have some internal issues, couldn't figure out what other word to say rather than issues, You just have to realize that this is who you are. But you, as a hairstylist, the only thing that I can do is just maintain it. I can have your hair to grow, but if your hair stops at a certain point, what are we doing? Because we have a relationship now. What are we doing that we need to fix? So my question is, what are you doing at home? You know, and sometimes clients can't give you a straight answer on it, because again, if I'm, explaining to you in the consultation and while I'm doing your hair, how to maintain your hair, and if you're not doing those things, you're not taking your time and you're rushing through it, more likely you're going to have some type of breakage, or something's bound to happen. Or internally, if you have some internal issues, and only thing I can do is just maintain it. I can pretend like I got magic, but I really don't have magic. What else did I wanted to I don't know if I want to talk about that. But as far as okay, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I wanted to do everything, right? Because I wanted to gain all this clientele. But honestly, you're not for everybody. You're not everybody's cup of tea. You have to be honest with yourself behind the chair as a hairstylist, okay? If you don't do braids, you just don't do braids, okay? I don't do finger waves. Haven't done it since state board. I lied. Maybe I tried. Maybe like 10 years ago. It's not for me. Nope. If it's not your thing, don't do it. Just don't. It's not for you. There's nothing wrong saying, hi, I know about somebody that does X, Y, and Z. Here's their information. People will highly be appreciative of you even more. Don't try to reason with clients. There's so many different levels of that. But even though this main subject was, why did I leave the salon suite? But that's what I got the bambling on. But here we are. I did say not all money is good money. There's nothing wrong with it to turning down a person. Like I said, I have had many phone calls, text messages, emails, correspondence, I should say. And the person is asking for X, Y, and Z. And unfortunately, I can't provide those services for you. I'm sorry. And then they can say, oh, well, so-and-so referred me to you, and you do their hair is so da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, that's great. But however, what you're asking me to do, I don't provide those services, because what I'm not going to do is pretend and then get behind the chair. Then I have anxiety and I get all nervous. And then the results is nothing what you are looking for. And then it's a whole disagreement. It's a whole entire disagreement. Going back to building your boundaries, having respectful conversations. So, like I said before, do not hesitate if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable. I'm saying that could be about your beliefs, the government, politics, I should say, how you decide to wear your hair, the clothes you wear, as long as it's respectful. Now I can see the elder saying, okay, baby, your dress and your skirt or your shirt is a little see-through, a little short. But however, you are your own individual and you are comfortable in your own skin. I hope, sis. I hope. But if somebody is always constantly coming to say something about you, then they may not need to be your client any longer. Or they're always trying to put something on you. When I say like if they have found an invention and they always trying to manipulate, or that's not the word I want to say, persuade you. They want to persuade you to do something that you have no interest in. And I mean, there may be some things, but you want to make sure that clients have the best interest for you. Okay? And you want clients to respect your space. Respect your space. They have to respect your space. Now, understand some clients like to come early, but the ones that want to come late and don't notify you, you have to let them know very soon, because it's going to become a habit. Okay? That's just like as far as time wise is too, you want to make sure that your client understands this is business time. And that's what I kind of get off the subject about. that some of your clients are your friends, but you still want a respectful time when they are corresponding to you regarding about their hair. I will tell you, as a hairstylist, like anybody else at their job, they don't want to talk about their job all the time. They do not want to talk about their job all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. Passion is my hair. But there are a lot of times I'll be like, hi, my name is Keisha. Let's talk about something else and rather than just about hair. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. But that's more towards, I was reading my notes. But yeah, the subject and the title, same thing. Why did I leave the salon suite? And I went through all of that. And yeah, so I have been home since, I've been working out of my home since February of this year, 2023. I was at the Salon Suites for almost 10 years. So I started there in April 2013. And I would say there are a lot of advantages and a lot of disadvantages. The Salon Suite I was at, you know, I could work around the clock. I can be there at any time that I wanted to be there. The disadvantage is that sometimes that I have experienced is that when there's a utility that is out and it affects you with your work and you don't get to work for a period of time, maybe a whole day, and maybe if you had a client that was scheduled for a special event, now you have to, of course, move everybody around, and sometimes that's not fun at all because now you're scrambling for time and you may have to go in a later time, and it's just highly inconvenient. But that's any place, right? You know, the electricity could go out, water could go out, numerous of things could go out, but you just have to go with the flow. But the main thing that also made me to push further out, not being into a with the, you know, I can actually just be relaxed because since I am doing the vlogging and my lovely daughter is peeking around the corner, she's trying to be quiet while I'm doing this recording, and I absolutely just love it, you know what I'm saying? So over the period of time, I've tried to be regiment and try to be straightforward and not have any loose ends. You get what I'm saying? But just doing this and just being transparent, I'm not even gonna edit this video. I'm just gonna let it roll, y'all. But my daughter is so cute. I think she's in the kitchen, y'all. She's braiding her hair. But you know, I've worked at other salon suites where the water never got hot, or on-site manager or franchisee, if I'm saying that right, got into it, like a disagreement, I should say. So now the bathroom is locked, so my customers have to walk out of the establishment of the salon suites to another establishment to go use the bathroom. Now, mind you, you know, ladies may have rollers in their hair, flexi rods, plastic cap, whatever the case may be. It's just a huge inconvenience. The place is not clean. That's another thing. When you're working with other people, that's even in an actual chain salon. Well, chain salons are a little bit more strict, but when you're working in a private salon setting, a lot of times you're going to have to clean up behind yourself, or people are just everywhere during your conversation. They just be saying all kinds of things. But the salon suite, even though you were in control of your suite, but you still had to follow the rules and regulations, which is fine, absolutely. But my experience have been experience. Of course, stuff has been broken. How fast is the turnaround to fix it? Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not. But that's just all in too. If you want to be on your own like myself, it all depends on how responsible you are or if your funds are available. So, as a self-employed, I will say always have extra amount of money saved up, or just be very, 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 very disciplined. Discipline is very, very important in this business or industry, I should say. The only thing that is a hiccup working from home, because where I'm at, I'm more in a condo, townhouse, looks like condos, subdivision, is that my parking is very limited. So I only have 2 reserved spots. So, which is no problem, but there's sometimes I can have 3 clients at one time, keep it at a rotation, but it's very, very important to have time management. I never had a problem with time management, but here and there, you know, sometimes I wish it was more than 2 spots, but there are visiting spots, but they are not close in my parking radius. So yeah, should I say radius? But it's okay. But I think that sums it up, and I think that is about it for this thank you for watching me to tell you my story about the reason why I left the salon suite and decided to work from home. Hopefully you were able to gain something from this. Again, my name is Keisha Saunders. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and comment.